Okay, all right. So welcome, and welcome. My co-teacher is somewhere around here. I'm not sure that she'll be coming in the camera because I think she is not happy with me today. But who knows? Who knows? All right, let's begin our practice today, where we are just going to talk a little bit, not even talk, just mention a little bit how this practice of yoga, it's really a practice of self-care. And practices of self-care are really like practices of self-love. When you take care of yourself, when you listen to your body's needs, to your mind's needs, to your heart's needs, then you're taking care of yourself and you're loving yourself. So this practice, not just the practice tonight, but every practice that you take with me on the mat, it is a practice of self-care and self-love. So just take that into account. And so as we move through the practice today, keep asking yourself, what do I need from this practice right now? What does my body need as you choose the right option of every pose for you in the moment? What does my mind need? Maybe it needs a little bit more space. Maybe it needs a repetition of an affirmation or a mantra to come back to center. What does my heart need? Right? So that's the questions that we're going to be asking ourselves throughout the practice today, just as a form of self-love and self-care. And my hope is that with this class, it will awaken in you that curiosity of how to really take care of yourself. And I'll offer a few options as we go through the class. So let's begin. Co-teacher is here now, so we're all good. Find a comfortable seat. Take a moment to observe how your body feels right now. And just notice all the sensations that are there as you hold this pose. Allowing your sitting bones to ground down, the spine is long, shoulders moving away from the ears. Scanning your body and bringing relaxation to every part of your body, from your toes all the way to the head. Making sure that your face is relaxed, your jaw, your eyes. They can be opened, they may be closed. Just make sure they are soft and relaxed. And as you continue observing your body, observe the breath too. Notice how it feels to breathe in this moment. Notice without controlling the breath, without changing the breath, but follow the breath from beginning to end. How does it feel when you inhale? How does it feel when you exhale? Relax the belly, relax the chest. That way the breath can find a little bit more space. And I would like to say that breathing consciously is an act of self-love. Inhaling deeply to your own capacity, and we're not there yet, but letting the inhale come in and observing how it feels, it's an act of self-love. Observing the softness as you exhale and relax in your body is an act of self-love. So whenever you are wondering, what can I do to take care of myself? Remember the breath, the precious breath, your life force. Now, if there are places in your body that may feel a little bit tight, a little bit tense, let the breath access those places. Or at least imagine that you can send the breath there. Imagine that the breath can help you relax and soften, especially there where it feels tight. And then imagine or even feel as you exhale, the exhale taking away the tension, releasing that tension out of your body. And it only takes your willingness, your wanting to let this go. Notice how when you pay attention to the breath finds its own balance. It has its own rhythm. And that's the balance that we are aiming for throughout the whole practice. And that doesn't mean that the breath is not going to change as we move or as we hold the different postures. The breath changes with every pose. But this observation of how deep can my inhale be when I'm holding this pose? How much softness can I bring to balance the effort of the body, but also so that the inhale can find more space to even to be a little bit deeper. So that's the exploration of the breath today. The breath as an act of self-love, self-care. And when you take care of yourself, when we take care of ourselves, we tend to be more peaceful with ourselves and with others. We make peace with ourselves. We make peace with our hearts because we're nurtured. We have taken care of our needs. So now we're ready to take care of others. Let's create an intention for the practice today. You know what intentions are? You know what you need. You may rest your hands softly on top of the heart, committing to your intention, committing to your breath, committing to staying present here in this moment, letting go of the past, letting go of the future. You can release your hands back down. If your eyes are closed, feel free to keep your eyes closed a little bit longer. We'll be here just for one more pose. Or you can open your eyes whenever you're ready. We're going to bring the soles of the feet together. Not too close to you, but also not so far, just enough so that you have space to fall forward. Hold the legs, hold the feet, anywhere that is available for you. Spine is long, shoulders roll back and down, chin down. Take a deep inhale. And on the exhale, start to lean forward. You can keep your hands on the legs or you can bring your hands on the mat. Co-teacher is the mat for me today. And let the spine round, let the spine soften, okay? So the spine softens and the crown of the head pulls you down. Breathe. Where are you feeling the inhale? Where is the inhale? Finding space. Where is the inhale? Expanding your body. And then notice the exhale. Where is the exhale bringing softness into your body? One more breath. On your next inhale, pressing your hands wherever they are, start to lift your upper body, coming back to center. Bring your hands to the outer knees, lift your legs, and from here, let's go ahead and transition to hands and knees. We are going to begin a few rounds of today, cow and child's pose. Okay, so we'll do that together for a few rounds. Excuse me, buddy. Excuse me. Thank you. We'll do it together for a few rounds and then you can continue on your own. Okay, so prepare for cow pose. Next time you inhale, lifting the tailbone, lifting the chest, gazing forward, shoulders moving away from the ears. And on the exhale, start to bring the tailbone forward. Press the hands on the mat. Bring your hips down towards the heels. It may not be a complete child's pose, that's okay. Next time you inhale, press your hands, lift up into cow pose, hands and knees, arching the spine. Exhale, tailbone slightly forward, press the hands, reach back, child's pose. Inhale, coming forward, lifting the tailbone, lifting the chest. Exhale, tailbone forward, hips come down towards the heels, child's pose. And now go ahead and continue this movement on your own, at your own pace. As always, observing the movement of the body in rhythm with the breath, allowing the breath to guide and initiate the movement, and allowing the breath space at the end of the movement. Remember the breath as self-love. So always allowing the breath to have that space, never rushing it. Notice the space, there's a pause in between transitions of your breath. Let's do one more round, okay? And when you finish this round, stay in child's pose, okay? There's no rush. And now that you are in the child's pose and we're going to hold it here for a moment, you may adjust with props if you need the props. Don't forget a blanket under the knees, a blanket behind the knees, under the knees for support, obviously on the knees, behind the knees for support for your hips. Also for the knees, obviously, if your knees don't have that much flexion. Your forehead may come down all the way to the mat, or you can use your hands, your fists, one of these soft blocks if you have this type of yoga block. Otherwise, allow your head to just hang here. We'll take 2 more breaths. Next time you inhale, come forward to hands and knees. And from here, at your own pace, mindfully, safely, let's step forward. First one foot, obviously, and then the other. And let's fold here at the top of the mat. Knees bent, even if just a little. Crown of the head pulls you down. Hands may rest down on the mat. They can also rest on props. Or you can bring your hands and hold the elbows. Crown of the head, don't forget, is pulling you down, upper body heavy. Maybe moving side to side, pressing the feet strongly on the mat. Lifting the sitting bones, even though the knees are bent. We're lengthening the back of the legs, and we're also stretching a bit of the lower back. Breathe. Not necessarily stretching, but releasing tension there. That's why we bend the knees. Relax your face. Stay present. Observe your body. What does your body need right now? Does it need the movement or does it need the stillness? Why? What does my body need right now? That's the question to ask. What does my heart need right now? If you are moving, come back to center. If you're holding the elbows, release the hands down. Next time you inhale, start to lift the upper body. Let's unroll the spine. Press your feet, lifting all the way up till you're standing mountain pose. Press your feet down. Roll the shoulders back and down. Crown of the head softly pulls you up. Observe your breath. Observe sensations in your body as you hold the pose. Observe balance and stability through your feet. One more breath, and then we move with the breath. Have some salutations. We're going to add a few lunges. Okay, so next time you inhale, let the arms come up, palms together, gazing up if your balance is steady. Exhale, fall forward, bending the knees if necessary, reaching the hands down, chin to chest. Inhale, slide the hands on the shins, lengthen the spine. On the exhale, let's bring the hands down, step the left foot back, and bring the left knee down. Right knee bent on top of the ankle. Next time you inhale, start to lift your upper body. If you feel balanced, go ahead and lift the arms. Otherwise, keep your hands down on the leg and take a moment here. Hips heavy, but lengthen the tailbone. Lift the collarbones. And when you're ready, arms reach up. Shoulders down. Lift from the armpit. Okay? So the shoulders can relax down and then fingertips actively reaching up. Lift from the belly button to the collarbones, expanding the chest as you breathe. Take one more inhale. And on the exhale, release your hands and step the left foot forward. Take your time. On the next inhale, lengthen the spine. And as you exhale, bringing the hands down, step the right foot back, right knee comes down. Inhale, start to lift your upper body again. If you're ready, arms reach up, otherwise hands on leg, lengthen tailbone, hips heavy, lift collarbones, lift belly button, maybe lifting the gaze. Lifting the gaze is optional. If your balance is steady, you can challenge your balance lifting the gaze, otherwise gaze down or forward. Take one more inhale. And exhale, bring your hands back down, step the right foot forward. Inhale, hands on shins, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, coming all the way up, arms overhead. Exhale, hands to heart. Now we'll go into the lunges, but we're not gonna hold the pose. We'll just move through it with the breath. Inhale, let the arms come up. Exhale, fall forward. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, hands down, step the left foot back, left knee down. Get ready to lift. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, bringing your hands down, step the left foot forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, hands down, right foot back, right knee down. Inhale to lift. Exhale, bringing the hands down, right foot forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up, arms overhead. Exhale, hands to heart. Let's do one more like this. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, hands down, left foot back, left knee down. Inhale to lift. Exhale, bring your hands down, step this left foot forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, hands down, right foot back, right knee down. Inhale, come up. Exhale, bring your hands down, step the right foot forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Holding mountain pose. Hands can always stay together at the heart center. This is just a gesture of gratitude, or you may release your arms down. Take a moment to observe how is your body feeling after the movement. Do you feel any heat? Is your body getting warm? Do you feel anything? Anything at all? 2 more breaths. Now let's bring the hands to the waist. We are going to step, let's step the left foot back. We're coming into warrior one. Okay, so give your legs a little bit of space, bending the right knee, knee on top of ankle, and the left foot, the back foot is pressing down, the heel pressing down, the outer edge of that foot pressing down. Hips facing forward, okay? Next time you inhale, let the arms come up. Shoulders are down, fingers together. Not like tight together, just very softly together. Fingertips active, don't forget, lift from the armpit. Breathe, lift belly button, lift chest. Maybe lifting your gaze just slightly. Focusing on the spot right at the center of the heart. The spiritual heart, so it's on the center of the chest. Every time you inhale, expanding. Every time you exhale, softening. 2 more breaths. And actually, we're going to move with the breath, okay? Next time you inhale, straighten the knee. On the exhale, bend the knee, bring the arms down and reach your hands back. Now, let me tell you what I want you to do here, and then we'll do this with the breath, okay? So it's as if you're going to interlace your fingers. So palms are facing towards one another. The palms want to reach the back foot. So when you do that, the chest lifts. Lift from belly button to collarbones and lift the gaze, okay? All right, so from here, next time you inhale, straighten the knee, bring the arms up. And on the exhale, bend the knee, send the arms back, lift the chest, lift the gaze. Inhale to lift. Exhale, bend the knee, send arms back, lift the chest. Inhale. Exhale. Last time, inhale. And exhale. Now keep the knee bent. Interlace your fingers. Inhale, lift the chest, lift the gaze. Now elbows can be bent or straight. And as you exhale, fold forward over the right leg. Okay, so belly and chest are on top, and that doesn't mean touching. Okay, it could be. Maybe it's resting on the thigh, but it doesn't have to. It's just leaning forward. At the same time, the back foot keeps pressing down. Both hands reaching back. Okay, so we're still lifting the collarbones, even though we are folding forward. Breathe, still finding space on that spot at the center of the heart. One more breath. Next time you inhale, Start to lift the upper body, straighten the knees, bring the arms up. Exhale, hands to heart, and step your feet back together. Maybe it's one big step forward without losing your balance, or several steps, or in any way, shape, or form that feels safe and comfortable for you to step to the top of the mat. Let's take a couple of breaths. Notice, observe. Every time we take a moment in between sequences, it's a moment to check in. So notice how you feel. Where are you feeling the practice so far? How is the breath reacting so far? Do you need to bring the breath back into balance? Every time you ask yourself, what do I need right now? What does my body need? Are you feeling hungry? Give your body that nourishment, the nourishment of food. Do you need to rest? Does your body feel tired? Give your body the rest that it needs. Are you feeling overwhelmed? Is your mind overwhelmed? Breathe, rest, go outside, take a walk. All of these are acts of self-love, acts of self-care. Whenever you give your body, your mind, your heart what it needs, when you ask the question, what do I need right now? That is an act of self-love, self-care. And when you take care of yourself, don't forget, peace just flows out because you are nourished. You have been taken care of. Your needs have been met. This is the way that we make peace with ourselves. Okay? So let's repeat that sequence on the other leg. Stepping the right foot back, preparing for warrior one. Bending the left knee. Right heel and the outer edge of the right foot pressing back on the mat. Hips facing forward. Inhale, arms reach up. Breathe. You can lift your gaze if you feel balanced, just slightly. It doesn't have to be all the way up, okay? This also helps you to lift the chest and lift the belly, okay? We want to open the heart, open that space. We're always working and doing this. The shoulders are always like covering the heart, like protecting. We want to protect our feelings, of course. So we bring the shoulders over the heart. So just now, this is a moment of safety in your body, in your mind, on this mat. Let the heart open. Let's move with the breath. Don't forget when the arms go back and down, what we're looking for there, okay? Opening the chest. Next time you inhale, straighten the knee. And on the exhale, bend the knees, turn the arms down and back. Lift the collarbones, lift the gaze. Inhale, arms come up, straighten the knee, sorry. Exhale, bend the knee, arms come down and back, lift. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Last time, inhale and exhale. Now, keeping the knee bent, interlace your fingers. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, lean forward. Keep reaching the hands back. Left hip point pressing back, okay? Hips are still facing forward. Sometimes when we do this, the hips tend to move towards the left side in this case. So keep the left hip point pressing back, the right one softly forward. Also, right foot pressing down. One more breath. Next time you inhale, start to come up. Straighten the knee, release the hands, hands to heart. Exhale, step your feet forward, or in any way that feels good for you, back to the top of the mat, back to mountain pose. Let's take a moment again to check in. Just a few more breaths, bringing the breath back into balance. Meditation, that's an act of self-care for the mind. When you bring your mind to the present moment, when you're just observing without identifying with it. That's also an act of love to your heart. Because in a way, during meditation, when you let all, well, not necessarily all the thoughts, but all identification with these thoughts, then you're remembering the truth of who you are, the observer, the witness, not the body, not the thoughts, not the mind. So that's another way of taking care of ourselves, taking care of our needs in the heart and in the mind. And of course, meditation has benefits also for the body, reducing stress. If you reduce stress, you reduce tightness and tension. Reducing anxiety, same thing. Heart disease, right? From here, let's transition all the way into, let's see, let's go all the way to the belly. Inhale, let the arms come up. Exhale, fall forward. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, bringing your hands down. Step your feet back. Let's come into plank pose. Now you may bring your knees down for support if you need to. Take a deep inhale. And on the exhale, come all the way down onto the belly. Tops of the feet pressing down. Bring your hands near the rib cage. Okay? Roll the shoulders back and down. And then lift your hands about a half an inch or an inch off the mat. On the inhale, with the strength of the body, lift the chest. We stay here for a few breaths, so keep breathing. We're doing like an unsupported cobra, right? We're not supporting the body with the hands. Tops of the feet press down, hips and pelvis pressing down. Breathe. One more breath. And at the end of that exhale, let your body come down. Wee. And then maybe making a pillow for your head. You can turn your head to the side, or you can bring your forehead on top of your hands. And then let your whole body be relaxed. There's no need to tense your legs, so let your feet and the legs to be soft. Let the belly be soft, the lower back. Opening our hearts to ourselves, okay? Today we are doing self-care, self-love. So we're not opening our hearts for anybody else, but for ourselves today. And of course, as you open your heart for yourself, then everybody else is welcome. You soften. Let's go back to that. Bringing your hands near the rib cage, rolling the shoulders back and down. Inhale to lift the chest. And now from the hips, lift the legs. Keep reaching your toes back. And now let's send the arms back. Palms are up. Shavasana, locust pose. Breathe, 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 or at least in the tradition of yoga that I follow, that my teachers have taught me, this is Shavasana. Every tradition has different names for the poses. Let's take one more inhale and exhale. Release. Bringing your hands under the shoulders or next to the rib cage. Inhale, press up. Exhale, child's pose. Let's take a few breaths there in child's pose. Breathe. No effort at all. The effort when we are in child's pose is in staying present. There's no effort in the body. I mean, of course, there needs to be enough effort to hold the pose, but no more than that. So minimum effort here. Hips heavier and heavier towards the heels. Belly soft, welcoming the breath. Relax your face and just observe. Observe sensations in your body. Observe sensations from the breath. Observe this moment here on the mat in child's pose, with all the sensations that make up this moment. Sensations in the body, sensations from the breath, with all the thoughts that are present, of course, without following them. We can still observe the thoughts without making a bigger story out of them. We'll take one more breath. Next time you inhale, come back to hands and knees. And let's transition to sit, bringing the legs extended in front. I sometimes feel like my necklaces are banging on the mic and that you may be hearing click, click, click. I don't know. You'll have to tell me. Well, actually, it's Joyce, not Katie. Katie is going to see the recording of these earphones. Joyce is getting the sound from the one over here. So she's the one that can hear my necklace. So Joyce, you'll have to tell me. All right, let's fall forward. Use the blanket if you need to. Use the strap if that is helpful too, okay? You know, we've been practicing together, the three of us, we've been practicing together for so long that I think by now you know what props you need in certain poses, like the forward fold here. If you need a strap, even if I don't mention the strap, you go ahead and you put the strap. If we are in other pose and you need the blanket because that's what you do, go ahead and place the blanket, even if I don't, I don't mention. You don't need my permission to use any props, okay? Or my approval. Use the props. Inhale. Let's bring the arms up. Interlace the fingers, palms up. Exhale. Fall forward. Release your fingers and bring your hands to your feet. Or to the strap, of course. Or to the ankles or to the shins. Okay? If it's available for you, you go for the feet or you go for whatever is there available. Your body or for the strap. Okay? I'll use the strap so that in case you're using it, we're on the same page. And if you're using the strap, bring your hands as close to your feet so that your elbows are extended. Sometimes we hold it here. And look, this creates already tension on the chest, on the upper back. We don't want that. So arms extended, wherever they are. And then spine stays low, chin down. Hips heavy, face relaxed, breath flowing. What other practice of self-care and self-love can you do whenever you need? We mentioned nourishing food, of course, not Cheetos or cookies, except, we're almost in cookie season, so Christmas is the only time you can eat plenty of cookies. So we mentioned nourishing food, rest, of course, very important. The yoga that we do here, meditation. What else? If you do other form of exercise, taking care of your body is an act of self-care, self-love. Going out for walks. If there's a park nearby where you are with trees, even in the fall and the winter, the trees have energy, healing energy, even though sometimes they look creepy without leaves. Not to me anymore. They look beautiful, but for some people, they may look a little bit creepy. Let's take one more breath. What else can you do to care for yourself? Next time you inhale, start to lift the upper body, coming back to center, releasing the strap. Go ahead and lie down on your back, bringing your knees to the chest. Take your time. Maybe moving side to side, if that feels good in your body. Every time we are in this position, there's the possibility of movement. Keeping your chin towards the chest, so the back of the neck is long, hips heavy. Oh, don't forget about the breath. The breath is self-care. The breath is self-love. The first one we mentioned. Arms out to the sides, come back to center if you're moving. Take a deep inhale. And then on the exhale, let your legs come down to the right side. Once you are here, you may want to move your hips a little bit more to the left so that maybe your hips are in like one line from hip to shoulder or to middle of the chest, okay? This in my body feels perfect. So you can check and see, be curious and see if this feels okay in your body, and then you just modify as you come into the pose. You may also bring your right hand on top of the left leg if that feels supportive. We keep the left shoulder blade heavy, pulling you down. And if there's no discomfort on the neck, gaze towards the left fingertips. Taking time with friends, going for tea or breakfast or lunch or dinner. That is also self-care. We need our friends. We need our communities, right? And our friends are our community. So we need friends too. That is also self-care. Anything that nourishes your mind, your body, and your heart is a practice, an act of self-care and self-love. They're not limited to the ones I mentioned today. There's an unlimited amount of things that you can do to nourish yourself. Maybe for you, reading a book. Right now, all I read is studying, so that's not very nourishing. But maybe taking a bath, reading a book, or lying down on your bed with a blanket and reading a book with a nice cup of warm cocoa. If you do cocoa, otherwise it could be any other drink. Next time you inhale, let's bring the legs back to center. Align your hips back to the center of the mat if necessary. And on the exhale, your legs come down to the left. And again, you may move your hips this time towards the right if that is necessary, if that feels good for you. Left hand on top of right leg, maybe. And maybe gazing towards the right fingertips. Stay present. How can you make peace with yourself through the practice of self-care? Self-care is self-love. Next time you inhale, come back to center. Align your hips back to the center of the mat. Knees to chest. Two more breaths. And let's prepare for our final resting pose. Legs can be extended or knees can be bent. If your knees are bent, let your feet be a little bit wider than your hips, knees touching at the center for support. Palms are up, shoulder blades grounding, chin softly towards the chest, or don't forget, you can place a blanket under your head. A blanket for support, not necessarily as a pillow that will lift the head completely. Okay, just for a slight support for the head. Okay. Co-teacher is ready for her restful for shavasana. She came to show us the right way. So, consciously relax every part of your body from your toes all the way to the crown of the head. Allow the front of the body to be soft, melting down towards the back of the body. Observe the support of the ground beneath you and allow the back of the body to be so soft that it melts down towards the mat. Relax your face, relax your jaw, and clench your teeth. Let your eyes be soft. They can be opened, they can be closed. Enjoy a moment of rest. I will let you know when it's time to come back here. It is time to bring your awareness back to the body, back to the breath. You may move your toes and your fingers, your feet, your hands, your legs, your arms. You may stretch your whole body if that is helpful. Moving any way that feels comforting and nourishing for you. When you feel ready, you may bend the knees, maybe bringing the knees to the chest or keeping your feet down on the mat, and maybe moving side to side. Roll to your side. Let's take a couple of breaths here. Just getting ready to transition. When you feel ready, without rushing, press yourself, come back up, and find a comfortable seat. You may bring your hands together in front of the heart. You may lower your chin down towards the chest. Take care of yourself. Take care of all your needs, the needs of your body, the needs of your mind, the needs of your heart, as an act of self-love, as an act of making peace with yourself. May all beings be happy and free from suffering. And may all our thoughts, words, and actions contribute in any way to the happiness and freedom of all beings. Thank you very much for allowing me to guide you through your practice today. In gratitude, I bow to you. Thank you.